For me, for the place I work and the guys I teach, we're more fixed on keeping the traditional stuff alive. I work as a carver, as a Māori artist, as a Moko artist. I've been trained in the traditional manner. What I get out of carving is, the fact that all of us carvers, we have a close connection to our past, because this mahi was sort of the mahi that our people used to talk about our past, talk about our ancestors. That is something very special. The narratives that we follow in those art forms are from our atua Māori, Māori gods. I say I'm a practicing Rasta and find love in Ja, and I find love in our atua Māori, te ao Māori, because that's who I am as well.
Someone's always knocking on my door. What's I don't know?
Our tipuna fought hard to retain our identity and our way of life as Māori in Aotearoa. Our indigenous cousins everywhere continue their struggle to keep up their identity, their culture, language and their art forms. He Ao Kotahi takes us on a journey where Māori artists and indigenous people share not only their skills but their stories of survival. He tātai whetū ki te rangi, he tātai whakapapa ki te whenua. Ko maunga kia tōku maunga, ko wai te mata tōku moana, ko rākei tōku marae, ko takapara whau te whenua, ko Ngati Whatua, te iwi, ko are kātera mai tōku ingoa. To my friends, they call me Katz. Kia ora. All I know about the Middle East is what I see on the news, on TV, in movies and stuff like this.
Over 50 days last summer, the Gaza Strip was pummeled by Israeli airstrikes and shelling.
Israel is a democracy committed to the rule of law. Time and again it is forced to defend itself against Palestinian terrorists.
I understand that there's definitely a division, and there has been for some time. And I think once we get there and meet the people, we're going to get a better understanding and a better view on actually how it is for them. And hopefully we get to see something different, and I'm sure we will. It took 37 hours for us to fly from Auckland, New Zealand to Tel Aviv in Israel. The flight path was Hong Kong, Zurich and Tel Aviv. Se taia ki mātai ki konei I Haraia. When we got there, we were issued with a visa for 3 months. No one asked me about my tattoo guns or my chisels. Maine. Here we go. Here it is. Finally, we've arrived. I wonder if someone's going to be here to pick us up.
Yeah.
The city of Tel Aviv in Israel sits on the Mediterranean coastline and has about 405,000 people. It looks a lot like Melbourne. It seems to me that this is like any other city in the world. They've got all of the things that we have at home. They seem to have this freedom here. I don't know if I can answer whether they're moving forward because I don't know what was backwards here. Probably different parts of this country is slightly different, but here it just seems to be, like another city. It's another city that's building. It's got architecture just like ours at home. Like any other Western part, in this world, for me, I think that they are moving forward. Getting tattoos, that's moving forward. Allowing people to be themselves, that's moving forward. Allowing all different groups in here, all different religions, that must be moving forward. I wasn't really experiencing anything different here, so I decided to head to the West Bank, where I had no idea what I was going to find. What we did find was food, and lots of it. They put it all on the table, and they share, just like at home.
once before.
Shadi Zaktan is a local musician and owner of the bar La Grota. He was excited to host a Māori from New Zealand and organised some of his musician friends to come and play. They handed me the guitar, and everyone knows what happens when you hand me a guitar.
We have awoken.
The intention of this whole kaupapa was to find out about the similarities of our art forms, and we came here with the whakaaro that, okay, we're going to meet carvers, we're going to meet weavers, we're going to do all these things and meet tattooists and musicians, and we did that. But I think meeting the stories was sort of like the kaupapa matua, really. That sort of took over and changed our waka a little bit. And the direction of our canoe changed a little bit. The original intent is still in there, but that's another story, it's a bigger story. What's happened to them has made them become these artists. Because there's no other way to talk about it. You know, you can't go to the newspaper because that'll get chopped. You can't go to the TV, that'll get chopped. So they go to canvas, they go to wood, they go to music to retain their identity. Our first mission was to visit with the carvers in Bethlehem, but leaving Ramallah is not easy. Traffic chaos is a daily occurrence at Kalandia, the checkpoint between Ramallah and East Jerusalem. Both are part of the West Bank. The infamous wall is 712 kilometers and is not even complete, and it winds through Palestinian villages, towns, and sometimes it separates Palestine from Israel, interrupted only by the checkpoints, which are all operated by the Israeli Defense Force. The Palestinians call this the apartheid wall and see it as the symbol of their oppression. After driving for an hour, we reached Bethlehem, the birthplace of Christ, and here it is again, the wall that's confronting like everything on it. I wish I was an ant. Ants are hard workers. They provide their own food and they take care of each other. And I aspire to study law to defend the rights of Palestinian people. I'm a 16-year-old girl and I want to be a soldier. There are women soldiers in other countries, so why not in Palestine? It's different, man. When I was 16, I didn't have much of an outlook in life then. You know, I was in boarding school doing things. And now, when you read that, it shows you what a different world people live in. It's all different, eh? It's a sad symbol. It's not a very nice one. You know, you're looking for the birthplace of Christ, and this is what we get. The modern day context is sort of f***ed up. Seems to be a lot of holes in the Holy Land, man. The old city in Bethlehem, it's so surreal being here. The economy here is mainly tourism, just like Rotorua. Bethlehem's population is around 25,000 and is Christian and Muslim. I was also told that there was a New Zealand connection in Bethlehem, and what do you know? I found a Westie in the Middle East.
Hey, Katz, kia ora.
Kia ora, brother.
Hey, welcome to Bethlehem, Katz.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah. Kia ora.
Tēnā, brother.
How
I heard there's a bit of a Westie.
Yeah.
From West Auckland living up in
yeah,
here.
no, I lived in New Zealand. Yeah, all my family's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I was born here in Bethlehem. When I was 10, I left to New Zealand. I lived 25 years. All my family's still there. I came back just to look after the family tradition. You work in the wood carvings.
Yeah, wood carvings.
Yeah, but your wood carvings is the hardest, you know?
Thanks.
Here we have machines, but you do it by hand, you know? And it's a lot of work, you know? And I know what it's like.
The only wood they use to carve is olive wood.
We only prune it every 4 years, but we don't cut trees down. They only prune from the top. Every 4 years, we take the fruit. Every October, November, we make olive oil, and we dry it all like this.
What would it be like to carve? Is it...
It's quite easy. Yeah. Now, if you dry it and then you carve it, it's going to be harder on the wood. See, the older the tree, the more stronger it is, more dense it is.
Yeah.
But the younger the tree, the more softer it is.
Yeah. It almost looks like Maihi.
And here. Now that's because it rained on it.
Oh.
And it turns like it's been burnt.
Yeah.
Looks black. Yeah, people when they come here, they say 2,000 years. They don't believe me. But if they go to New Zealand and see, you know, the swamp carry, 30,000, you know.
I've carved that.
Yeah.
We carved
Oh, really?
that stuff. Yeah.
It's beautiful grain, though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the swamp carry, I love it. It's a nice grain. These are over 2,000 years. See, it's over 2,000 years. They're hollow. Yeah, it's all olive wood.
You came back to assist your family with the
Yeah.
farming business?
Yeah.
How long has it been running?
Since 1925. 1925.
And back then, what tools did they use?
It used to be with a little handsaw. And you do it by hand.
That's the traditional...
Yeah, but nobody does it anymore. I'll show you, come, I'll show you.
It's like a coping saw. That's pretty clever. It's a lot of work though, man. This is a lot of work to do, to cut out all these holes and that with this thing. Because you got to release this, open it up, put it through, do your cut, 3 or 4 cuts, and then you got to move on to the next one. So that is a lot of work. But man, that's from Bethlehem. Really, there's only one Bethlehem in this world, really. Tani koi. Man. Huh? But that's what sort of what Māori looks like, you know. It's got those streaks in it. These things are doing their job, you know. The pieces, they're doing their job. They're telling the story. They're talking about the Last Supper. You know, the birth of Christ. All of those things. And that's what we do, you know. We use this mahi to tell our stories too.
Now, honestly, from my heart, I get goosebumps just to talk to a Maori, because they're the only ones that understand it. I get people who don't understand. I'll try and explain to them about this. They don't understand. They don't understand. This is $10, okay? And this is 30. They don't understand. Now, a Maori, you don't have to explain to them. They'll cover this, because they understand all that.
Yeah.
You know?
Intricacy, eh?
This one here, that's the only thing in my shop that's really done by hand, just like the Maori carvings.
Yeah.
Because that was done 60 years ago, but they had no tools. So that was done with a hammer and a chisel. Yeah.
I love the grain, eh? The grains,
Oh yeah,
man.
it's like, some of it's like swamp carry, you know? Wow. But swamp carry, I love the grain. But see, the older the tree, the darker the wood.
That looks like the Cody grain, eh?
Yeah.
That marbling.
And also I'll show you. From the olives, when we eat it, this is the seed.
Oh.
Now, something you might not know, next time you eat an olive, sand both sides, you'll have a hole in there naturally. There's a hole inside the olive seed naturally. You guys heading off to the Zacharias?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're very good.
We're going to have a talk to them and see what's up.
Okay. Kia ora.
Cheers, brother.
Kia ora, cuz. Thank you.
Thank you, eh?
No, you guys welcome.
Yep.
God bless you.
God
See you,
bless
man.
you too, brother.
See you, cuz.
During the Nakba of 1948, the Zakaria family came from Ain Karim and settled in Bethlehem, where they began to manufacture olive wood products. They set up one of the first workshops at that time in Bethlehem and specialised in carving. Atala Zakaria and his 2 brothers run the family business, and it seems there's no doubt who will run it when they retire.
Is it likely that your sons and your brother's sons will continue?
Yes. It's very important to continue after they finish the school and start learning to continue.
That's the same for the Māori of New Zealand. Our traditional carving dates back to our early ancestors. I work in a school back in New Zealand that has taught students for 50 years now. Before that, there was other schools around the country in New Zealand. We have many Māori carvers, and majority of us by hand.
What kind of wood?
A lot of native timber. The main one we'd like to use for carving all the decorative work is called tōtara. It's a red pine. It's soft wood, very tight grain, makes it easy to work. I've never worked with olive wood before, So yeah, I'm excited.
Along with Atala and his two brothers, the Zakaria whānau employ 15 staff and export their product all around the world.
We cut it, let it dry a little bit. We want to make a Jesus here, the small Jesus. Put the sample here, and we put 6 pieces here. It gives us the shape, without faces, without small details, anything. This is the copy machine. Hey, this is after the copy machine, and this is, now we are working. I'm not finished yet. We must change about 10 kind of tools. It's not finished yet.
Look at that.
Yeah, the tourism was there. It was visible, it was noticeable.
I work in tourism. We do our work, our sacred work, inside a tourism space.
The whole tourism space is sacred. It's Bethlehem, and the work is all the symbols of Christianity. Here is where culture, religion, and commerce collide.
I'm looking forward to working on a piece. Did you have a piece for me to work on? Then?
Yes, I will give you now a piece.
I think I'm going to make a...
from your...
from my culture.
Yeah, culture. Okay.
Heaps of rākau here. Heaps. I sort of got an idea what I need to do to it. Probably going to be one day on this piece. See what we can do in a day, folks. That's beautiful, Simon.
Yeah. This is store with the wood also, if you don't want like the one like this.
I like this one.
So here, please. I don't know if it's good or...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, because there's something to make it...
Yeah. Thank you. I'll use this one.
Okay.
Today we leave Ramallah and travel the 24 kilometers toward Jericho to find the local Al Jahalin Bedouin. There are 24 Bedouin communities in this particular area, and we can't seem to find any of them. So our driver Mohammed, who is also our GPS, local knowledge guide, has also become our translator.
Hello, Abu Suleiman. Good morning, it's Shirley. We are just in Shafat, and we're not far away. Can I give you to our driver and you can explain to him?
Hello.
The Bedouin are nomadic, which means they constantly move in search of water for their animals. They have lived this way for centuries. The checkpoints, Israeli settlements, and restrictions of movement have made it harder for the Bedouin to be nomadic, and their lifestyle is in danger of disappearing. Our little van is put through its paces as Muhammad navigates the unforgiving desert. Finally, we spot Abu Suleiman. He's the son of the head man of the Al Jahalin Bedouin community. He's a young man with a big job. Bedouin women weavers are an important part of their culture, but because I was a man and no relation to the group of women, they were uncomfortable. So Abu Suleiman took our wahine to interview the weavers.
والله كانت أمي علمتني. بس ودي أوفي نتفهم شرطها. ورا النغز اللي خالتك وسويت يومها. لما دي يوجعني أنا زقب. اختلف والله اختلف الصوب. كان نعاج نظاف وحشمات يسوونهن بسط ويصبغنهن عند في الخليل يصبغنهن ويسوونهن بسطات بسط زي كذا يعني. وهالحين ما الصوف ما له ما حد يسووه فرشات خدات.
There is a huge gap between old style of women and the new generations because in the past they living in different environment, in different situations. Now I think there is some difficulties, but not like in the past. In the past they should making tent from animals wool, but now everything is plastic, polystyrene, and you can't buy anything. So I think modern style now is killing our culture.
والله ما علمنا لازم زيادة يمكن تسوي ويعني أمها يمكن لا تتعلمها يعني عرفت أما.
It was a sobering thought knowing that this beautiful art form that served a purpose was disappearing because of so-called progress. I wanted to know how this progress affected the Bedouin community as a whole. So I sat down with Abu Suleiman and Yunus, another headman of the village.
Thank you for having us here today. Thank you. Shukran. Probably the first thing I'd like to ask is about the history of the Bedouin.
Our history came from the Hijaz land from Saudi Arabia. We are coming from there. From the past until now, the Bedouin moving from area to area looking for water and food for their animal.
The same for the Maori back in New Zealand. Before contact with European, we were nomadic as well in some places because of the weather. And in the winter, we would move certain places, summer, certain places. So now, to modern day times, we have the Bedouin people in these communities. And you said there was like 24 different Bedouin communities?
Yes.
Yes.
In Area C, east of Jerusalem. Each community has special cases, but in general, our situation is similar. In the last 10 years, there are hundreds of demolition orders in Bedouin communities. I think it's a serious campaign from Israeli militaries to move Bedouin communities. It's a big problem here to leave your homes and looking for another area. It's good for animals. When they came back, the Israeli civil administrations give them demolition orders.
How and why does that work? Why do they do that?
They consider that illegal building.
Illegal.
Illegal, yes.
My father was born in a little village, and in 1930, between 1930 and 1950, the law said to us, if you break a water pipe, no fix it.
Why?
They wanted us to move.
Same thing.
So the similarities between the Maori and the Bedouin is that, for me, I think we are a people of the land as well, the Maori. We are called tangata whenua, which means people of the land. So we use the land to survive, just similar to the Bedouin. We the same color.
Same color, نفس اللون يعني.
And
there are original Maori living in maybe in tents or in...
No. We all live in housing now. We all live in houses. But we have an area where everybody will meet. And it's a big house, big traditional house. So when I grew up, I did not have my native tongue. My wife's family was further away, and they still spoke our language, and I learned there. It's quite sad because we were looking at the Bedouin houses, and then in the background was the big settlement, big flash settlements. When I'm back at Orake, I stand where we live, up on the hill, up in Kitimwana Street, and I look to the city. And that's a reminder to me every day that someone came here in our land, we gifted them some land, but they took the rest,
The Bedouin are definitely a David and Goliath story, and it's made me think of how hard it is for them to keep their art forms alive while trying to keep their people alive. We're heading to the Shafat refugee camp in Jerusalem. It turns out that there are refugee camps all over Palestine. Some were established for the Palestinians displaced after the 1948 Nakba, others from the 1967 war. Today, there are over 2 million registered Palestinian refugees in the West Bank and in Gaza, and over 3 million reside outside of their country. Shafat refugee camp in East Jerusalem is 1 kilometre square and home to over 26,000 Palestinians.
entering a new space today, and it seemed pretty harsh, pretty hard.
We were searching for rapper Mohammed Mugrabi, but as per tikanga, we sought out one of the elders of the area, Abed Shalodi, who took us on a tour of Shafat refugee camp.
They had been moved in from in Jerusalem, you know, they had been taken off their whenua, taken off their land, and they must have felt very mamai about losing that spot where they grew up and getting moved and placed how they did. The services that they were given were minimal, if anything. It's a real eye-opener to the conditions anyway. From the matua, you know, one thing I learned is that he was a part of that initial group to move into the refugee site back in 1967. It's surreal for me. So, you know, I appreciate you spending time to explain to us what this is happening.
They did not allow us to live in good life. They punish us, they arrest us, they killed us. They try to change the demography of the place.
Yeah.
Now we go outside the camp to see how many buildings they build surrounding the camp and to see our neighbor. You see the wall?
Yeah.
They cut between the settlement and it's surrounding all the camp, the area of the Jerusalem.
This is the wall there?
The wall, yes, down there.
We ended up in Shafat Children's Center, where we found a working music studio. It was built by young Palestinian rapper Mohammed Mugrabi. He was keen to know about us, as we were keen to know about him.
When did you start making music?
Playing? When I was a little young kid, I suppose. Many Māori children, you know, they grew up with guitars in the houses.
Oh.
So we all learn how to play guitars really young.
Really?
We don't learn how to play pianos because they're too expensive.
Yeah.
So what about yourself, bro?
What?
When did you start?
In my community, it's not usual to send your son to a music school, and we don't have this. Like, we did not grow up with music around us. I tried it once, and I really liked it, and I thought to myself, that's it. I want to learn how to play music.
The situation that you live in here and the climate that is here, obviously that must inspire you to write music about unity, unifying the people.
Of course. Music to me, it's two things. Like a form of activism and protest, and also for the sake of it, to escape what life we have here. Israelis are here, and they're not going anywhere. And we're here, and we're not going anywhere. The idea of identity for us is very complicated, and if we don't keep our Palestinian identity, we'd lose it.
They walk daily with these papers to show the police that they're from here, you know, it's out of it. It sort of lost me because they have an opportunity to be free, but that comes at a price, and that price is to deny the fact that you're Palestinian. They can leave, but they got to sign their name, and no longer are they going to be who they really are.
They don't give us nationality because they don't want us here. They think that it's possible to just remove these people from here. They make life hard in every way to make you leave.
How does it happen that anybody that comes from the land that they live on will end up being refugees in their own country? When they were talking about refugees, I thought they were talking about people from Somalia or something. But it wasn't even, it was people from 10 minutes up the road. Man, that's crazy.
I'm not sure if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. I don't want to have children and to experience this. But I make music every day, and it helps me to go through life. I like to talk about the beauty of life and I want everyone to notice the beauty of life and not to get sucked in the stupid things that happen around us every day.
You know, I've worked in studios many a times, and I've worked alongside many artists, many musicians, and they've all come from different backgrounds. I think that Muhammad would be the artist that I've worked with that has come from the hardest background. One of the things he says to me, he says, you know, it doesn't matter what environment you're in. If you want to make changes to your lifestyle, you've got to make the changes up here. He's utilised what he grew up with, that hardness. It's allowed him to become who he is now as a musician, as a producer, as a music producer, as a hip-hop artist. Man, he is very, very sharp. It would be cool to write something with you, man. I'll be keen. I'm super keen.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, cool.
It's meant to be for you.
Yeah.
I believe. Listen to it.
Me and Muhammad decided to write a song together in Māori and Arabic. But first, we went to his home and he showed me a little bit of his life outside the studio. Like we have that one word, it's called rongo, which is a sensory word. It's about senses. It means to see, to hear, to smell, to taste. That one word. To heal, to feel. And it also means, the last one, that means peace. Yeah, so it's all those things. And I mean, in humans, we have all these things.
Yeah.
And if we all have them, that means aren't we all the same? Which brings us back to the last one, which is, why do we be in peace?
Yeah. But he has everything.
Yep.
There's trees and oceans and valleys. The whole world is my homeland. And all of humans are my friends. When I look in their eyes, I find myself.
Yeah, bro, it works. Yeah, yeah, it's a huge message, man. That's mean.
The hook?
Yep. All good, I push play.
Yeah, you can keep it in loop for a bit.
Today, we were supposed to be working in that factory, but due to OSH safety regulations of New Zealand and my asthma, I thought we better work in the open air today. So we're here doing our mahi at the whānau's place on the deck and overlooking this main city of Ramallah. I can see what I want to do with it.
and it's gonna, work to our kaupapa, which is, a Māori face in a different place. Before we were introduced to writing, our tupuna used this stuff. Today we tried something new. We wanted to sort of get an understanding on how things work for the people in this place, and we decided that, to try and understand that we need to participate in their everyday life. So what we did today is we took our crew on a bit of a mission through the town to find a bus to Jerusalem. So, which way do we go? We went up to the square and walked around as if we were from here, and we had to sort of figure out where the buses were, for starters. The bus to Jerusalem. The big bus. Thank you, brothers. Shoulder. So it looks like it's that way. Ramallah is the unofficial capital of Palestine. It has a population of about 340,000 and is buzzing with people going about their daily lives. Do you know where to catch the bus?
I am going to bus. I bus.
For Jerusalem. We mostly travel by taxi van and leave it up to our drivers to get us where we need to be. Jerusalem is only 45 minutes away. Maybe I might just walk. Where do we catch the bus to Jerusalem?
Jerusalem, let's go.
And we pay the driver. My American hat got sworn at. Just one way, eh? This is gonna be fun. Foreigners don't usually catch the bus. That's probably why the locals are a bit confused when I asked how to get a bus to Jerusalem. We're about to give up our privileges as foreigners and walk in the shoes of the locals who have to navigate these checkpoints daily. We're at Kalandia checkpoint between Ramallah and Jerusalem, and we decided to go through on foot to have the same experiences that the locals do. We got to the checkpoint. The checkpoint was another sort of funny feeling. We went through the stockade almost like sheep. We walked into the part where they check you, the Palestinian people were there. The soldiers were sitting right there. And this happens every day to these people. We went through, I think they looked at me and they didn't know what the hell I was, which is all good. Showed them my ID and my passport, and they ushered us through. And although that was only one day and one moment, it still happened. And you can sort of get an understanding on how they must feel, because I did. I thought it sucked, I thought that was crap. You're going through a checkpoint from Palestine into Palestine. Like I said before, what's that about, man? Control, messing with their mentality. It's pretty hard. The bus ticket from Ramallah to Jerusalem was 10 shekels, which is about $3. The old city in Jerusalem is 1 kilometre square and is made up of 4 quarters: the Jewish quarter, the Muslim quarter, the Christian quarter, and the Armenian quarter.
Relics have been found at the site of the old city that have been dated at 4000 BC. You have this expectation, I suppose. Everybody knows the stories of Adam, of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jesus. So there's this expectation of this place, that it's this sort of really, you know, and it is holy. But man, today I was just shattered, because for me the realization that this place is so tapu for the whole world, yet it's manned by people that are trying to stand over you as you walk in the door, and then it's manned by people at the wall that look at you like they despise you. I'm not Jewish, but I'm not Muslim, but I'm a human, man. We walked in there and then I was told to stop, get one of those caps that the Jewish people wear. I didn't put it on my head, I just carried on in. And then I looked at the wall and I found a space for me to go into, and I just walked up to the wall and put my hands on the wall like everybody else did. I did my karakia. I didn't know that I was there and that me as a Māori was there. I even went there and pulled out my Bible today that I received from the brother Zeb from the 12 tribes of Israel. And for me, I understand that Jah is everywhere, that spirituality, it doesn't even have to be a name. Spirituality is everywhere. It doesn't have to be in a building, I believe. It doesn't have to be in anything, it's just there. Today was very, very different. But I've been there now, you know, I can say I've been there. No, I didn't feel this place today. I didn't. Ramala's got a hold of me. My friends here that have told me their stories has gotten in my brain and in my heart. I feel their mumwai. And when I went there today, not only as a Māori, when they looked at me like you were a piece of trash, then I felt for my brothers and my brother Shadi and all these families, and I understood, you know. We met Shadi when we first arrived. He's a musician and owns the bar La Grotta in Lamala. Shadi cannot go to Jerusalem because Israel has issued him with the West Bank only ID. This means he can only move around in the West Bank. We spent a bit of time enjoying the hospitality of Shadi, his friends and family, and he only asked me for one thing, a tā Moko, telling his story. So, what did you want it to be about?
It's a trip from an exile to another exile, to another exile, to another exile. An absent God.
Yeah, absent God.
But hope at the end.
And being strong in each of those places, yeah?
You cannot quit. You're not going to win.
Yeah.
But you definitely cannot quit.
Oh, that's awesome. Fight. That's me.
What's a good Maori?
That's a hard one. Because I might just say me. Nah.
That's for sure. You're the best.
No. You know, it's finding a balance in this world we live in now for us. Not everybody is caught in the culture, not everybody wants to participate. There's a person there that will always acknowledge that they are Māori, whether they can speak the language or not. Someone that understands other cultures, and that's a good person, good Māori. What is a good Palestinian to you?
Nowadays, someone who try to maintain balance in thoughts and in feelings.
Yep.
And someone who inspires his people, try to do good in the small things.
Yep.
That's a good Palestinian now. And me, of course.
Yeah, twins. Yes.
A good Maori will not avenge the nose.
The nose. It was all part of the experience for me, one I could have easily done without. This whānau is why the brothers always look slick. Barbershop on every corner. However, I think Shadi organised for me to have the works and some.
A great Māori would not avenge the nose pain. Because I'm blind.
Oh.
Just in case.
Oh, good that you're telling me now.
Here we go, my bro.
What is it that you said?
My guide to guide my hand to connect us all. It is like asking for assistance. So that my eyes don't go cross-eyed and...
Oh, if it happens, it happens.
Many young people playing music here.
Yeah, the ones who have the time and the chance to learn. Because we have this problem with people dropping school, from school to get a job. Education here is hilarious. You know, it's not good. You know, for them, the soldiers can just come in to their sleep, to their houses, to their schools, to their... for no reason that they know, you know. Their faith in the world is... there's no faith or trust in the world at all. That's sad. What kind of a future this generation will be responsible for when it's their time. Thank you, brother. I'm very honored. Thank you. Give your hands. Speechless. Wow. My Moko is strong. I feel connected to, I don't know, a far twin civilization. Feel like I'm not the only one. Well, as a Palestinian, it's not only me in the world who fought, who should fight, who should stay strong. It's giving me a lot of strength and pride that their walls couldn't lock me. The meaning is a journey full of exiles, hard journey, but ends with hope. My story, my own story, in a Maori way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we're very similar people. We're very similar in our struggle, in our history. A struggle to have a place in this world, not as a victim. It's ongoing, it doesn't stop. It's the same. We have different traditions, different customs, maybe different way of living, but we live under the same big cloud, you know, under the same sky. And it's a long way to go to remain yourself, to be the nation who you were once.
Ko papa e ta kotone, We press noses.
Ah.
Have you seen that?
I saw it in Tikitane.
Yeah, so that is the sharing of life, sharing of breath with one another so that we can continue to live together. So we need to seal
Yes, seal it.
Yes. Indeed.
Brother. Yes.
Yes.
It feels good.
Yeah. Because you're one, you're one.
Yeah. You breathe same.
Yeah. How Kotahi, bro. One world.
One world.
This world that we live in is about being who we are, getting on with each other. Whether you're Muslim, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Rasta, whether you're Jewish. For me, He Ao Kotahi is about what I said before. It's about why can't we live as Māori? Why can't we live as Palestinian? Why can't we live as Israelis? Why can't we live as Japanese? Why can't we live as English in these many different countries? Why can't we just be ourselves as well, you know? Everybody expects us to conform to certain ways of the society that they want. For me, you know, if we can be who we are, who we're meant to be, and you are who you are meant to be, and live together, that's one world.
والنفس واحد صار الحلم واحد كل اللبن واحد صار النفس واحد وكل الحلم واحد والدنيا